Namaste, welcome to Arthaniti. I have been a professor in a commerce college. Now, the general perception about commerce as a stream of education is that people who have a family business, those children generally opt for commerce. Well, this is a very wrong perception. Most of my students did not have any family business background. Now, people often choose commerce to pursue professional degrees like, say, CA, CWA, CS, correct? But most of the students find it really hard to get through and pass these exams because of the level of competency needed to clear them. So, what options do a commerce graduate have? Is commerce a worth enough stream to pursue? Well, commerce, I'll tell you, is the backbone of any stream of education that you take up. The ultimate goal of we graduating, taking up degrees, is to work and start earning money. What you do with that money, how you keep track of your expenses and income, yeah, what is happening in the economy, what factors affect the economy, basic laws like partnership, companies act, contract act are taught in commerce. Now you can be an engineer, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be an architect, but you need to know these basics when you start your own practice, or when you say take up a job and start earning money. You need to know this basic framework about what is to be done with your money. Well, commerce gives you, helps you with that framework. So commerce is ubiquitous. Correct? Now, is a mere Bcom degree good enough to start earning? I will tell you, most of my students aspired to start earning money as soon as they graduated, and then they suggested, most of them said that they would finance their further education with the jobs that they get after getting a commerce degree. But what are the jobs available? Is a commerce degree worthwhile to start earning money? Well, it is. It is. I'll tell you today some of the areas where you can start a job or start working immediately after you graduate and become a BCom. Now, banks are an area where commerce graduates are welcome. You have public sector banks and you have private sector banks. For public sector banks, you have to give the IBPS exam, which is conducted twice every year. Now, this exam, it is a central examination conducted for all 12 nationalized banks in the country. Now, based on your scores and the criteria for each bank, you can apply to these banks and then go for an interview, after which you can be selected. The general subjects for this exam generally are understanding of English, rational thinking, computer adaptability, basics of banking, basics of economy, etc., economics, etc. Right? For private sector banks, they do not have a centralized exam like the nationalized or public sector banks. Individual private sector banks like ICICI or HDFC, Axis, Kotak, they have their own exams, and which is followed by a interview. The starting level salary that you can get if you take up a job, a clerical job, say as a probationary officer with a nationalized bank, or an entry level job with a private sector bank, is around 2.5 lakh rupees per year. Now, this is for banking. Now, if you want to start something on your own, areas such as insurance and mutual funds have a vast scope. Now, all of us know that insurance penetration in India is minuscule. Only 3% of the population is insured in India. Now, this data has been published, and I'm not giving away these figures on my own. Now, with such small penetration of insurance, you can imagine the vast scope that this sector has. Now, in insurance, there are branches like life insurance and general insurance. Now, if you have to start working as an agent, you have to give an exam conducted by IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Authority of India. Now, to give that exam, you have to approach an insurance company and who will book an examination for you. So the route is through the insurance company. The IRDA exam IC 38 can be taken up anytime. Now there is a different exam for life insurance and general insurance. Once you give this exam, it is valid for 3 years and you get empaneled with the insurance company through which you have given this exam. Now, after you get this certification, it is valid, as I told you, for 3 years, and you can start working selling the insurance products of the company with which you have empaneled with, and start earning money. Right now, after 3 years, what happens is you do not have to give the exam again. You have to attend a 25 hours workshop and your certificate gets renewed. Huge scope given the hefty commissions that you earn in life insurance and the vast scope of general insurance with the ongoing COVID, with the kind of travel that we people undertake. You have house insurance, vehicle insurance, travel insurance, you name it and you have insurance for it. So the scope in this area is just amazing. You can start uh, working in this sector and there is no end to how much you can earn. Correct. The next area that I want to tell you, oh, there's a mosquito over my head. The next area, the next area that I want to tell you about today is mutual funds. Now, mutual fund again is a very nascent field. Only past 1991, when the Indian economy opened up, that new mutual fund houses started their businesses in India and the penetration of mutual fund started rising. Now, before that, we did have mutual funds. There was UTI and a few nationalized banks which offered mutual fund schemes, but only after private sector companies like ICICI, HDFC came into the business did the mutual fund industry really grow. Now, again, mutual fund is very nascent. People are averse to investing in mutual fund. Why? Because they do not understand the product. They do not know what kind of returns the product will give them. They don't understand the terminologies that are used in the product, and because of all this, because of less understanding that people have, mutual fund is always seen as a secondary option. People normally go in for fixed interest earning products like, say, bank FDs and PPF, but the kind of returns that mutual funds offer, it has scope in tier 2 and tier 3 cities in India. So, a mutual fund distributor is also one of a very lucrative career option after you become a commerce graduate. Now, how do you become a mutual fund distributor? Again, there is an exam that you have to pass. Exam is conducted by NISM. It is a Series 5C exam. After you get through the exam, what happens is you get your scorecard and you have to empanel yourself with different mutual fund houses. Like, unlike insurance, in mutual fund, one single exam you can get empaneled with various mutual fund houses that are available in the market. As of now, there are around 45 mutual fund houses. But to enter this business, like insurance, you first have to understand that product, because mis-selling is also one of the problems that these sectors face. People don't understand the product well and then they try and sell the product to the customers who end up losing their money. So, you have to study the schemes and you have to suggest right schemes to your clients. Correct. Mutual fund distributors earn again by way of commission that is paid by the mutual fund houses. Now, the more the amount of money that you collect, AUM as it is called, assets under management, the more the amount of AUM that you encompass, the more is going to be your commission. This exam conducted by NISM again has a validity of 3 years. So after every 3 years, you have to keep on giving the exams and renew your certificate. Correct? So again, the area is so vast, and if you have your customer interests in mind, then earning is something which has no limits. These sectors allow you to allow you to operate for the people in areas which are very much needed today, and your understanding of those products is what is going to make the difference about how you succeed in your career. That is what is going to make a huge difference, correct? So to sum up what I have said already, you can either take up banking jobs in nationalized banks or private sector banks, or you can take up a job as a insurance advisor, insurance agent for private and general insurance. Thirdly, you can also think about mutual fund distribution as a career option. One thing that is clear in all these three options that I gave you: understanding of the product, keeping the customer's interest first, is what is going to make the a difference in how you succeed in your chosen career. I hope I have added a little value today to help you choose a right career path. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below this video, and I'll be happy to help you to the best of my capacity. I hope to see you in my next video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.